Hello, and welcome to your Moment of Zen, prepared especially for you by Statewide Learning Services. My name is Essie Pewitt, and today I'm going to share with you how to set up a productive remote workspace in just 6 easy steps. We asked remote workers to share their best advice for setting up an optimal remote workspace. In this quick video, we'll share some of the most valuable tips. Ready, set, let's go. Remote work is one of the most coveted benefits for today's employees. A 2018 study by IWG uncovered that more than 2/3 of people around the world work away from the office at least once every week. And a study from Owl Labs revealed that remote employees are happier than their peers and more likely to stick around. In fact, according to the New York Times, employees working off-site for even 3 to 4 days each week feel more engaged with their teams. For those new to setting up a home office, the process can be overwhelming. Worse yet, without the proper setup, remote workers can sabotage their own success. From equipment to layouts and ways to block out background noise and distractions, setting up the perfect home office is more than just having a laptop and internet connection ready to go. Could your workspace use a facelift? If you're setting up a remote office for the first time, it goes without saying that reliable internet is essential. So step one is about having reliable connectivity. But if you're wondering whether to splurge for the premium package or go for the bare minimum, most work from home pros recommend investing in the best available option. Why? When you work remotely, video connectivity is crucial for both productivity and presence. There's nothing more frustrating than struggling through a weak connection during a video meeting. Investing in proper bandwidth means you'll have one less worry. And if you want the option to be mobile, don't forget to invest in the technology that will boost your Wi-Fi availability. Good Wi-Fi is a must. At home, try to locate your office in the room nearest the Wi-Fi box for the strongest signal. Step two is about the right office equipment. Once you've got your internet up and running, it's time to start shopping for all the other equipment you'll need to be productive. Some of the basics: a desk chair, proper cords and monitors. We asked several remote work veterans to share their must-have office gadgets. So before you make your shopping list, let's check out their tips. Invest in at least 2 monitors to save you a ton of time and allow you to get more done in less time. A desk with storage is especially helpful if your desk is in a common space, i.e. the living room. That way, you can put notebooks and other items away at the end of the day, so at least it's out of sight, out of mind, and you're not constantly reminded of work. Proper cable management can be achieved by using zip ties or twist ties like those on a loaf of bread, and convertible extension cords with surge protection. If your company gives you only a corporate laptop, you might also want to invest in a full-size keyboard, monitor, and full-size mouse to make daily usage more comfortable. And if you print, copy, and scan very often, you probably want to get a multifunction printer that does all of that. Some might want to have a coffee maker or a hot water pot for tea. Just make sure that you have comfortable seating. For some, the best configuration has been a convertible standing desk. So workers have the option to stand later in the afternoon when they're sick of sitting. Other innovative ways for comfort include a comfy plush manager's chair and an ergonomic kneeling chair. Lighting does so much for our mood and, of course, is personal to each of us. Some like working with natural light, while others with a particular type prefer a desk lamp. Find what works best for you and invest in that option. Finally, when working from home, it's all too easy to focus on minor distractions, and suddenly, if you're too hot or too cold, it can seriously impact your workflow. Consider where you're setting up your home office, and if you need a standing fan, window fan, heater, etc., make sure to make it comfortable enough that you won't let the temperature distract you. Once you have all the necessary equipment, where should it all go? So step 3 is about finding a dedicated space. These veteran remote workers agree that setting up a dedicated workspace is critical. Does that mean an office for you, a tucked away nook, a basement, or a variety of spaces? You decide. Having a few different work zones has worked well for many remote workers, so make sure that you have a space or spaces that encourage focus. If you can set them apart from the areas where you usually eat or relax, that's a best practice. If you're setting up your office, make sure to design it in a way that reflects your personality. The more interesting and inviting the space is, the more you'll enjoy using it. And surround yourself with sources of inspiration that can boost creativity and productivity. It's possible to get distracted at work. It's impossible to eliminate all distractions from that workday. They're a part of office life, whether you work remotely or in company at headquarters. However, there are a few things you can do to minimize distractions and set yourself up for better productivity. So step 4 is about deleting those distractions. First, cutting down on background noise is key to a successful workday. Setting up your home office in a room with a door helps. So does using a good quality headset with a built-in microphone. When you work from home, you have to block out those distractions. That can mean keeping the window closed to avoid noisy construction, tidying first thing every morning and at the end of every day so that you're not distracted by a messy space. Do you have any pets at home? While they can be great companions, they can also become big distractions without boundaries in place. And when you work remotely, it's not only important to set boundaries with your fur babies, but sometimes humans in your life need those rules too. Work from home employees often feel pressure to work extra hours and even skip breaks. So step 5 is about making space and time for distractions. The reality is, if you were in a traditional office, a good hour or so of your day would be spent catching up with colleagues, enjoying an occasional trip to the coffee machine, or engaging in some water cooler talk. However, working remotely means you miss out on this. That's why it is important to set aside some guilt-free distraction time each day. Some great ideas that these veteran remote workers practice include heading to the park for a walk, running midday errands, grabbing coffee or tea out in the real world, exploring and trying out new mindfulness practices to clear and refresh the mind, and just breaking up an otherwise mundane day. Statewide Learning Services provides a collection of wellness prompts, strategies, and techniques that are free at your disposal and use. So don't feel guilty about this. It's a human need that, 1, will make you far more productive in the long run, and 2, helps keep you connected with the world around you. People need interaction, and this is a quick and easy method to reduce the loneliness that comes in isolation that comes from working all the time remotely. Our final step is step 6, self-monitor. Be mindful of how you present yourself during video conferences. As video conferences become the norm for businesses across the globe, remote employees need to consider how they might use video to connect with their colleagues. Video offers a powerful outlet for connection, helping remote employees feel more connected to their in-office peers and helping teams work efficiently. But despite the growing prevalence of video technology, many employees still feel nervous about on-camera meetings. Why? They don't have a space that's well equipped for video meetings. Video conferencing is the norm now, so it helps to build your professional brand when you have a distraction-free, professional background during your conference calls. If rearranging your room to show only you at your desk is not an option, then an inexpensive room screen can create a more professional visual backdrop. Both Zoom and Microsoft 365 provide a collection of both creative and professional background options in their meeting forums. Be sure that there isn't a lot of harsh light behind or to the flanks of the camera's view. And remember, your viewers can see your body language and how you respond to the person speaking. So be mindful of facial expressions just as much as you would be in the conference room. Make sure you are heard. Speak clearly with appropriate tone in your voice. If you just rolled out of bed to get on a call, it will come through in the virtual meeting. So be sure to use positive reinforcement in your responses and participate in the conversation. Last but not least, dress for the part. It's worth it to take the extra 15 minutes every morning to change out of your pajamas and brush your hair. The little bit of extra effort will boost your self-confidence, and the next time an unexpected video meeting invitation lands in your calendar, you'll be ready for it. Gone are the days when a successful career required an in-office presence. Working remotely is a privilege and a perk that will only grow in prevalence in the years to come. If you've been tasked with working remotely, setting up your home office in an effective way increases the likelihood of your success. Share with us your innovative ideas for setting up your productive workspace by posting in this channel. Want to learn more about any of the strategies in this video? Reach out to our team. We have a wealth of dedicated statewide learning services available for your personal and professional growth and development, and we want to hear from you. This Moment of Zen has been brought to you by Statewide Learning Services and OMES.